Should we believe in astrology? I'm taking up a sensitive topic for discussion, and that's about beliefs in astrology and horoscopes. This has been on my mind to make a short video and drive awareness and help you think about the subject in a very practical manner. My intent is to trigger your thinking a little bit and then let you come to your own conclusions. Belief in horoscopes and astrology is a deep personal choice and can vary widely from person to person. Usually, a believer in this subject is either religious or spiritual or both, meaning usually they believe in a God, a supreme, or a divine. Astrology, as you may know, is the study of the movements and the relative positions of celestial bodies, the stars, the planets, and their influence on human affairs and the natural world. As a belief system, it dates back thousands of years and has roots in various ancient civilizations. When you extend this and create something called a birth chart, also known as a horoscope, and you map where all the major planets are and celestial bodies are located at the exact time and place of your birth, then the patterns and positions are associated with predictions to provide a personalized astrological reading, or that's what becomes your horoscope. Now, while I'm no one to question the beliefs of someone, whether you follow astrology or horoscope, but in my own thought process and intellect, I struggle to agree on one simple aspect. And I would love to know more from you about this. When did we become more powerful than a divine and use a calendar, an almanac, a guidebook, or some scriptural book to make predictions and decide on what are auspicious days versus bad days? When did we become more powerful than a divine to decide auspicious moments of time during a day? When did we become more powerful than a divine to decide that a god or a supreme can only be in a certain direction? When did we become so powerful to predict and decide if two people are compatible for a marriage based on a chart? Finally, when did we become so powerful than the divine to decide what days to pray and what days not to pray? These are questions to be thought through, my friends. Are horoscopes and astrology truly to be believed in? Do you have to believe in their predictions? In my years of growing up, I've looked carefully at belief systems in horoscope and astrology. One can group them broadly into 4 categories. The first category I would call is the staunch believers. Come what may, they swear by the patterns and derived predictions of astrology and horoscopes. These are what you could call as true believers. The second category are believers, but only because there is a fear driving their belief. To follow astrology and horoscopes is a risk mitigation approach. They're trying to reduce the chances of failure and increasing the odds of achieving a desired outcome, at least in their own minds. Then you have the third category of folks. These are really not believers, but astrology and horoscopes are adopted as part of a tradition and culture. Following it gives them comfort and satisfaction of aligning with the tradition and being part of a community. And finally, the last category are individuals that don't mind following astrology as a tradition, if and only if it does not come in their way of living life or inconvenience them. If for some reason it does inconvenience, then they quickly resort to a remedial advice. Could be performing a ritual or justification on continuing with their life without getting interrupted. Another common theme I have observed is that the astrological almanac or the astrological or the horoscope or the source of the astrology or horoscopes is usually referred when executing an action for an important activity. That could be a wedding, the purchase of a major asset, the start of a new endeavor, and in many cases, as I said earlier, to decide even when to offer prayers to the divine. For some unexplained reason, the positions of the stars and the planets are not used for routine activities like when brushing your teeth, as an example. Now, on a serious note, I wish before marking a day as auspicious or inauspicious, the believer in astrology would say, I woke up this morning with the grace of the divine, and this must be an amazing and auspicious day. Unfortunately, in my experience, that does not happen. We don't consult the almanac or look at horoscope when we wake up for this amazing day. You see, if a belief in astrology or horoscopes brings you joy, comfort, or a sense of connection, there is no harm in enjoying them. No harm in following them if that's what brings you joy and comfort. But relying solely on horoscopes for important decisions can be very risky. It is important to use critical thinking and consider multiple factors. The world is a complex universe out there, and there's a spaghetti of choices that impact you. It's not a horoscope, but you need to consider those factors. Horoscopes often provide broad and vague predictions that can apply to many people, so you also have to be cautious of overgeneralization. For some, astrology is an important part of their cultural or spiritual beliefs and practices. And following it in such situations as part of an overall community tradition, but still using critical thinking for life decisions may be an acceptable compromise. But to use it to decide when is a good day or a bad day to start a new job, get a surgery done, or get on the road to start driving, in my opinion, is stretching it too far. As you could imagine, the Gita or the Upanishads do not even prescribe human behavior to be guided by these topics of horoscopes or astrology. They stay far away from that. The focus of these amazing spiritual scriptures is very simple. Be righteous and just go about doing your duty from here on. Which category do you fall into? The next time before you blindly give into astrology or horoscopes, hope you give it a moment of thought. Apply your critical thinking, and then whatever you decide, whether you believe or not believe, perform the action with the divine in mind. I'll talk to you soon. Till then, stay healthy and stay blessed.